Okay. When you place a trade, this is just about what currency pairs to choose. So I use 11 currency pairs, and there's more than that out there. Some people only use one currency pair, some use 4. So 4 is a good platform to say there's 4 currency pairs. I might choose all GBP, so GBP yen, GBP US dollar, or even the euro versus GBP, doesn't matter. I could just stick 4 GBPs on the screen, and I'll trade one of them, but I'll look at the other 3 to see what they did and if I could have made any more money. But I use 11 on the screen, and I'll pick a couple to trade with. But why do I use those? Okay, why do I use those specific currency pairs? Reason being, when you place a trade, you can go to new trade, it opens a box and it will give you the price difference, or you can go one-click trading. Now I'm going to go by the one-click trading because it's easier to draw, but it's easier to show you the difference between the pips. So on a chart, red and blue, okay, you'll see very quick, just to show you, because this is the colour of the box on one-click trading. Okay. So top left-hand side of your MT4, you see a drop-down box. There's a tiny little grey box. So if you don't see this and you want one-click trading, there's a tiny little grey arrow in the top there. Okay, if you click that, it will become a down arrow. Okay, it will become a down arrow, and they have one-click trading. Okay, like I said, in that one-click trading, there's a red box on the left. Okay, red box on the left, blue box on the right. Red is for selling, so basically the whole thing will flash red if it's selling. What kids always say, "Daddy, why is that flashing blue now?" Because the market's buying. They say, "Why is it flashing red?" So why do you think? Because the market's selling. And at the moment I've got 11-year-old just turned, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old, and they all ask me that question. So ask me yourself, if they can understand buying and selling just from that box, can you? Now, in this box you'll see a few small numbers, decimal point, doesn't matter what currency. After the decimal point you'll see a couple of large numbers. So I'm just going to fabricate a number, dot, and then let's just put 86 in there. Doesn't matter what it is, yeah? That's just a random number, nothing there. And then in this random box, in there, decimal point, and we're going to go 88. So in there you'll get, this bit will be flashing down here, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to draw that a little bit bigger for you so that you can see. So, okay, 86 versus remember then, 88. Now, that's versus, okay. If I give you 86 pence and send you down the shop, so if I give you 88 pence, let's say, I send you down the shop, you spend 86, you'll come back with 2p. 2p will probably go in my pocket and I'll never see it again. I won't save it up, I don't know, and you're giving it to charity or something. The difference between, now this isn't pence by the way, this is pips, but for the sake of argument, at the moment they're just numbers. Okay. Now, in here, the difference is 2. Doesn't matter if it's 2 pence, 2 pips. If you don't understand what a pip is, doesn't matter. If you don't understand what a cent is, doesn't matter. Difference is 2. Okay. When you place a trade, that's the amount of money that you lose straight away, because it's the difference between these two numbers. So for me, that is a good price because it's only 2. Now, I made a mistake of learning everything that I needed to know, and I went on to somebody that had a difference of 10. And why does that matter? Because that's a 9. Okay, a bit of a skew with 9, but never mind. That's a 9. I now have to earn that back. Price difference of 12. Should have left that 2 in there, shouldn't I? I'd have left that 2 in there, would have been alright. So now I have to work 5 times harder to make my money back. So that's why I choose the currency pairs that I do, because the strongest currency pairs, i.e. the strongest in the market, like the pound, the US dollar and the Australian dollar, even the yen, euro, all of those currencies are the strongest together. So the broker doesn't have to work as hard to get their money back because there's so many people in the market trading those currency pairs. And Mr. Broker doesn't have to charge me a lot of money because he's making just as much on them currency pairs as what he is the different, the smaller, the weaker currencies. So look out for that box up there and the difference between the two prices. Simply because the further away those prices are, the harder you have to work. Why? Because you're losing more money before you even place a trade. You place a trade, your line is here, yeah, it's steady flow, all of your candles, let's draw a load of candles, ooh, your candles are moving up, yeah, some are coming back down again, back for a rest, then your big candles, yeah, coming up here. It doesn't matter where you get in this trend, okay, you might think you're getting in, so you think, right, it's exhausted, market's exhausted, I'm gonna sell the market, okay? So you think you're getting in here, okay? You think you're getting in there, and you'll have a typical buy line here, yeah? So that shows you that's where I got in, okay? So you think you get in there, okay? You're selling, so you want the market to go this way. But Mr. 12 Pip Boy, he sent you up here. Okay? You have to work harder. You're selling, but if the market buys, effectively you might as well bought up here. Okay? If the market buys and you're selling, you're already losing. Okay? I'll show you with a green pen. So here, if the market buys straight away in here, you're already losing money because you think you got in on this candle. You're selling here. The market buys, your difference is that far apart. Okay? If the market sells, let's use a red arrow. Okay? So you think you got in here, but your broker's put you there. Okay? The market buys, it's just a dead game for you. You have to work so much harder. If it does sell, red doesn't show up on black, so I use pink. If it does sell, Okay. Because of your pip difference, you're here. And so what's that roughly? It's about the size of a pen. Yeah? So if I go down here, right, size of a pen's about there. I'm not going to make any money. I'm not going to make any money now until the market is here. See the difference? So this bad boy here, the difference between those two numbers means you have to work so much harder, or you have to leave your trading so much longer for you to get your money back. So be very, very careful what currency pairs that you're choosing. I'm not going to put currency pairs in your mind, because I've had bad experiences on certain currency pairs. You might not. You might favour how the charts move on a certain currency pair, and you might like leaving the trading for a very long time. So you would use stronger pairs. But if you use weaker pairs and leave them in for a very long time, you have no choice. You have no choice but to leave them in. And if they keep knocking you out here, because you've got your stop loss. Don't forget your stop loss. So if you decide that your stop loss is 30 pips away from the market, or 30 points, yeah. So we already know that you've got to work 12. Your 30 points is up here somewhere, yeah. Yeah, it hits that. You've lost. But if it comes all the way down, you have to wait for it to get here. You drag your stop loss down. You have to wait for it to get down here before you start breaking even. And bear in mind, once you've chosen to get above that line, above the 200 EMA, the chances of it dropping below it for you to make profit quite slim. It has to fall below the EMA first, and then shoot south. So you could be waiting days. You could be waiting weeks. So just be very mindful of the currency pairs that you choose. Obviously I choose the strongest markets because the pip difference is small, but you can also get greedy brokers out there. So again, we're not going to name and shame, but your broker might decide, I don't like that currency pair, so I'm going to stick a 12 pip difference on, or point difference, whatever, price difference, however you understand it. So just quick little tip on choosing your currency pairs.